Hi everyone, nice to see you all again, albeit virtually. I'm sat here in a rather pleasant temperatured UAE, and I'm with my great friend and colleague Linda in Tel Aviv. Hi.
Hello, Paula. I'm here in Tel Aviv. It's still very, very hot, at least for
Oh,
us, for this week.
how hot? How hot's hot?
We're talking 25 to 30 degrees Celsius.
And
That's hot.
when it reaches temperature here, we put cardigans on. Just saying.
It's all
Um,
relative, right?
yeah, absolutely, and great to see you. Again, great things happening, interesting things happening. It's a holiday for us this weekend. Everybody's closed today, Thursday, because it's the Prophet Muhammad's birthday.
Oh,
So
happy
yeah,
holiday.
everyone's enjoying the long weekend. Um, we've seen lots of we've been talking in between these videos, and there's loads of online activity of great interest. Government officials talking, lots of, as Tally said to us a few videos ago, look out because they're free webinars that anyone can join. We've got loads of local guys learning Hebrew, which is fantastic.
I love that. I really love that.
Too, and I think but one point that I've noticed is we're getting loads of direct messages, or people will email us, and I've got so many brilliant questions, but they're not doing it publicly.
You're
So
talking about people in the United Arab Emirates, right? That's,
yeah,
yeah, okay.
our side, we've got lots of kind of likes, but people aren't asking questions publicly. They're asking us directly, which is fine. But come on, everyone, let's just open this up and share it and be brave. But one question that has hit me 3 times in the last week happened in my personal conversations. People are saying, "But what exactly is kosher food?" And people worried, I guess, about coming over for business and what food can they eat, won't they eat? Because we've got some strict food conditions as well. So Linda, you're the best person to answer that. What is kosher food?
Okay, well, kosher food goes back to the Bible, where God tells us what we can eat and what we can't eat. And there's a whole list of rules about this. So the rules include, first of all, not eating meat and milk together, because you're not supposed to cook the kid in its mother's milk. And I think that's kind of nice because it's a kind of ethical humanitarian thing. Another thing is if you eat meat, it has to be killed in a certain way, which is supposed to be very quick and less painful than other ways. You have to separate meat and milk actually by several hours. And we don't eat pork and we don't eat a lot of seafood. So those who like lobster, shrimps, octopus, those things, sorry, not kosher. Those are the main rules. So really making sure the meat is kosher, killed in a kosher way, and separating meat and milk, and not eating certain seafood. Those are the basics. Not always easy to keep track of, tell you the truth. Sometimes we have to look on packages and see exactly what's in things.
Yeah. So if I'm coming to visit Tel Aviv, am I going to get a plate full of prawns anywhere?
As a matter of fact, in Tel Aviv, there are many places you can get a plate full of prawns because Tel Aviv is the secular hub of Israel. And actually, our dining facilities, what we offer are amazing because we have chefs that have traveled and trained around the world. So you can get anything. You can get escargot, you can get lobster, shrimp, whatever you want, tell you the truth.
Yeah, so I guess if I'm going
But
to
if you're going to Jerusalem, that's another story. Most places in Jerusalem, because there are more religious people in Jerusalem, most places in Jerusalem are kosher. And that also means, by the way, that they are closed on Saturday, on the Shabbat, because people can't work on Shabbat. And as a matter of fact, if a restaurant is open on Shabbat, it can't be considered kosher, even if they go according to the rules.
Okay, that's interesting. And they're just good little tips to know. And I think, as I've mentioned on previous videos, we've started to open kosher restaurants here. So
yes, that's so exciting.
Scared of, and I don't think there's anything that somebody from the UAE or a Muslim would arrive into Tel Aviv and not be able to eat, because we don't eat pork either. So there's some similarities. But thank you, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Linda.
Certainly, certainly. All right, so if we're talking about food, then I have a question for you, because a lot of people in Israel have been asking me, but what about drinking in the United Arab Emirates? It's a Muslim country, Muslims don't drink alcohol. So if I'm at lunch, can I order a glass of wine with lunch? Will there be a glass of wine to order?
Okay, interesting question, because there's the yes, as a Muslim country, you know, Muslims don't drink alcohol. So, but because, and again, with us, it depends what emirate you may be in, but typically, because we're a tourist destination, many hotels and bars are open for alcohol. However, I would not suggest that if you are going to a business lunch or dinner, or just a friendly dinner with a Muslim, that you would drink out of respect. It could be that you are somewhere where the alcohol is available, but you know, it's not something I would recommend you do. You know, there's a couple of things here that I do constantly, which means I can never get it wrong. That is, if I'm out with local people, I will never drink alcohol, or indeed order it. And secondly, my work attire is always dark, normally, and always to my elbow and to my knee. Now, if I always do those two things, I'm never going to trip up. It's become habitual for me now. Some locals are very open-minded, like we're as cosmopolitan as you are, you know, and they might say, please order a glass of wine if you want one. But yeah, I wouldn't. I'd still refrain and say, thank you very much, but I won't, or I don't drink. So yeah, interesting questions. And they sound such small things, but they're actually quite stressful when you get culture shock and you go into another country and you don't know what you should and shouldn't do. So I think they're really relevant questions. Yeah, good
Very
food
true.
questions.
Very true. I
Yeah,
think as we've said and our guests have said often, do your research. And sometimes
yeah.
it's good to check with the host or your counterpart, your colleague there. You know, is it okay if I order this? What about the kosher food? I think people appreciate the fact that you actually ask and check with them, right?
Absolutely, definitely.
Great.
Yeah, and I think I can picture though, for example, when we first get lots of people from Tel Aviv coming over, or for Israel coming over, I think the kosher restaurants are going to be very busy here, because I think, you know, Emiratis are very warm-hearted, hospitable people. Whilst they would like them, typically they would take you to try their food. I think that the kosher restaurants are going to get busy. So hopefully
Definitely.
it's going to be brilliant. Another
Looking
great session.
forward.
Thank you, Linda, and thank you for
Thank
your coaching.
you.
And yeah, we'll again, please keep asking us questions. Please, everyone, be brave. Come on, help us out here. Be public. And yeah, we'll look forward to another video very soon. Be safe, Linda. Take care. Keep smiling.
Bye. Shalom.